It's 10 o'clock on a Monday. Do you know where your children are? Do you? Give me a name. Don't swallow, you son of a bitch. Don't bite down. I am Billy at _Swan_man, repping for the Army of Snarkness podcast. Get in touch with the Army of Snarkness on Twitter, at Army of Snarkness. Like the Facebook page, Army of Snarkness. And shoot us an email, armyofsnarkness@gmail.com. Download everything on iTunes, Spreaker.com. We love you, Spreaker. Of course, you already heard about them. Or Stitcher. Hey. Monday. It's over for me, and maybe it's Tuesday for you, or maybe it's never. But fresh off the heels of an Oscar night that is confounding, much like the awards themselves. A reflection of modern entertainment culture in America. And what can I say about it? Much like modern culture in America, at least to me, maybe I'm just getting old and crotchety. But it's like, yeah, there's shades of things I really enjoy, but mostly I'm just like, yeah, whatever. 9 of the films, at least I had heard of mostly this time, for Best Picture anyway, it was just sort of in a cinematic fugue, just like whatever. It's like, I really wanted to see about half of them. No shit. No diggity, but, you know, he didn't have the money or didn't have the time, didn't care. One of those 3. But I wanted to see most of them. We've gone over that with the 2012 end of the year thing and all that, except for Silver Linings Playbook, which is just an obnoxious title to begin with. Bradley Cooper, fuck you, I'm not watching that. Ain't nobody got no time for that. Old meme. But hey man, I'd fuck some Bradley Cooper, alright? Like, he's cool and all, but whatever. I'm glad he didn't win, by the way, so fuck him. But whilst talking about, you know, films that were nominated and stuff, and the Oscars and the fallout and all that, interesting things have cooked up from the event, the 2013 Academy Awards, including the Seth MacFarlane being the host thing is a big deal to some and to others. And the sick thing is that, you know, I enjoyed the jokes. Like the Lincoln's Head one, I'm like, it's funny. Or the Kardashian one, or anything you would consider quote-unquote tasteless. I was like, that's funny. But look, man, I dig the roasts. I like it. Mean-spirited, fuck you, get a thicker skin. Don't hire Seth MacFarlane, do something. Everybody there is sleeping on a bed of money with lots of beautiful women, at least for this year. Don't make fun of Jean Dujardin, why not? Fuck it, he won an Academy Award for Best Actor. You blow, you've won, that's it, the game's over. There's not much else you can do. Especially as a Frenchman in America, except get knifed to death in the streets, because I guess we still hate I don't know. Weird about French people. I come from the war on terror, and they didn't want us to fight. And I was like, boo. I don't know. We don't like French people for some reason. Some of us. I'm just saying, as an actor, fuck that. You shouldn't be offended by diddly butt if you've already won the Academy Award for Best Actor. You have. That's it. You're done. You've peaked. Who gives a shit? Adrian Brody didn't give a shit, and that's why I kind of like him. It's like, fuck it. Adrian Brody gets the Academy Award one of the first times out. Boom. Hell yeah, you're going to make out with Halle Berry and do Predators. That's fucking awesome. Smoke a lot of weed and do a very confusing Stella Artois commercial and have a failed rap career. Do whatever the fuck you want because it's over. Cuba Gooding Jr. tried to, win a few more, and that didn't work because, look, man, I don't even know why he won in the first place. And it wasn't for Best Actor proper, it was for Best Supporting Actor, so Show me the money. Overrated. I mean, that film's such a icon of the 90s. I don't know that Jerry Maguire would resonate with me ever. Never watched it. Hate Jonathan Lipnicki. So, never got around to watching it. Thought the Show Me the Money thing was like, what? That you get an Academy Award for that? It was really good, Billy God. You see his dick and stuff. I'm like, well, I could look at big, beautiful black cock without having to pay $9 a ticket. The internet. If I were so inclined. I am not. What? Fucking Captain Kirk showed up with Seth MacFarlane and they did a little bit back and forth. Now, okay, the rule of 3 should have come in there because, they should have stopped after the flying nun bit with the fucking what's her name, the old lady, Sally Field, with Seth MacFarlane and Sally Field making out. That's where it should have ended because one more sketch is funny and all, but come on. You're killing time now. Now it just seems like you're trying to make it a variety hour to bring back the variety hour. And I didn't see the whole ceremony, so I'm a bad person. But what I saw brought up a few things. The big one, for me anyway, is the whole Django Unchained bit where the punchline is, or as Chris Brown and Rihanna would call it, a date night movie. And they're like, boo! What is this? And it happens on Facebook and Twitter too. What is so offensive or too soon or scandalous about making fun of Chris Brown whooping the shit out of Rihanna? Look, fuck Chris Brown up his stupid ass. 1. 2, Rihanna should leave, but if she clearly doesn't, well, I'm not going to do much to stop it. But don't fucking look down on me for making a joke at their twisted, fucked up relationship, alright? That's like defending Ike for whooping on Tina, or like, no, but Ike is so good. Fucking Chris Brown hasn't done shit that's worth a damn. It's not like he has, artistic integrity. He doesn't have the integrity of a man. So fuck him. Unless he's asking for it. But even then, Look, man, I'm all for hitting women in a supervillainous case. Like China in the WWE. That made sense. She kept fucking people out of matches. But that's fiction. And it works, like if Baroness had a gun on America or on the president, I'd have to shoot her between the goddamn eyes. If Baroness showed up and was like, I will win for Cobra, I'd be like, fuck you, bitch. And I'd have to whoop the shit out of her. Because she's fucking Cobra. And she's got, like, knives and shit. She's gonna kill me, probably. Any excuse to spank Sienna Miller, maybe. Haha! I still remember that movie. The sequel's coming next year. No. But look, it's all fun and games. If you're gonna boo me for making a topical Rihanna, Chris Brown ass-whooping joke, domestic violence joke, then I don't want to hear shit, and I don't want to sit around and listen to the fucking, in memoriam for one or both of them when they eventually, when the statistical inevitability happens where, one or both are dead before their time. I don't want to hear it then. I don't want to hear the fucking candlelight vigil. I don't want to watch the video package at the fucking Grammys or Oscars or wherever. I don't want to hear it because you thought that everything was cool. You thought that, no, they'll work it out. Well, that's the kind of blindness that gets chicks killed. Gets women killed in these domestic violence situations. I don't know the full thing, and clearly, it's possibly a different scenario, but I'm just going by the broad strokes here. If I can't make my funny, then I don't want to hear your bitching when they're dead. Okay? What a terrible scenario. If only we could have done more. You could have! Shame Chris Brown instead of buying his fucking albums and wintergreen gum. Fuck that asshole. In his asshole. Douchebag. Real tough with an entourage. Spoiled little brat. But that's a, sickness that goes on throughout different kinds of fame. Little dickheads. Fucking Justin Bieber on his scissor starting to get an attitude and shit. Fuck that asshole. Up his stupid ass with a big rubber dick. But I'm not, I'm joining the choir when I do that. I'm just a voice in the chorus when it goes to, fuck this idiot for being spoiled and entitled for making a few shitty notes. It's like, yeah. At one time, there may have been an artist there, but the artist becomes mutilated and mangled and turned into something different with the influence of money, the, universal corrupter, and, women and everything on demand all at once, and everyone telling you you're a demigod of a person, that you are. You believe it. And if you don't have the chops to back it up, then you fizzle out and turn into Lindsay Lohan or something. Amanda Bynes, but they didn't even have music. Or did they? Jesus, I think they did. Oh, Amanda Bynes. All that in a bag of crazy. All that reference! Kenan Thompson did well. Kel got shot to death 3 years ago. These are facts that I made up. So, who cares? That's gonna be like, no one's gonna even know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. Fucking Teen Nick airs old reruns of all that as like a weird I Love the 90s segment that I actually kind of get off on. I remember Snick, man. Snick used to be the joint. Because I was like 10. Fuck, we went to Good Burger when it came out and we're like, yeah, well, it entertained. Because I was like 10 or 11. Can't blame us for stupid kids. What's there for? So, I can't be too hard on the little dummies these days and everything. Although there's a lack of that shit going on, It's kind of like stencil drawn, it's the way of the dodo. Stencil drawn cartoons and actual animation is but a distant memory because there's so much computer generated. It's just easier, I guess, or more profitable. I don't know. They don't like enslaving the Korean people to draw the cell animation that's now just a throwback. Paperman won best, animated. To go back to the Oscar thing, Paperman, it looked mostly animated, but it might have been CG. I can't tell anymore. Probably, whatever. Jennifer Lawrence is from Kentucky, and that's where I'm from, and so my state just loses its shit for no good reason. She's from Louisville, an awesome part of Kentucky, and that's about it. She doesn't really claim it much. And the whole thing where, is this the Bluegrass Oscars? Because Lincoln was, quote-unquote, was born here, but he lived in Illinois. Like, come on. Like, yes, there is a cabin where his family and where he got shat out or whatever, and as a baby, but really, the home of Lincoln's probably just Illinois. Like, why in the fuck? Whatever. I'm just, grabbing at scraps sometimes, man. It's Kentucky. What do you want? Shaped weird? It's all weird. It's weird! Welcome to the weird. It's all a deep end. I just don't get the sensitivity. Woo! You can throw, millions of dollars at Dr. Fart Vampire Slayer, the movie, but then get all uptight about real scandals. Look, we should shame people that misbehave. At the very least, if the law won't touch them, at least, call them a fucking asshole on TV and on Twitter and wherever else. Like Lindsay Lohan. Call her a stupid bitch. Obviously, the law isn't going to do anything with her actually breaking the fucking law and being a rotten person from the core outward. Or Amanda Bynes, or anybody like him, or Chris Brown, fucking asshole. Why can't we just at least shame them in the pop culture world where they dominate? Because there'll still be a camp for them buying their shitty product. Why is it taboo to do such a thing? I don't know. You tell me. It's baffling. Honestly, in this world of entertainment, the whole idea is to just, get out there the joke or the funny or the, terror or whatever genre you work in. Why take exception? If it's not based in any kind of racism or bigotry, then what the fuck is the problem? I don't understand. But I guess I'm just a weird little boy. I'm weird that way. Fine, maybe I am. Oh. I don't know Monday. But to tell you one thing about them. Wrap up the Oscars, I guess. Yay, Argo. Still didn't see it. Like I said, I didn't see it. Oh, that's the thing. I was talking about it, and then when I hit the broadcast button, shit gets all fucked up. It's all crazy. Life of Pi was a very popular and famous book when I was in college, which wasn't that long ago. Well, 8 years. Make me feel old. But, just saying, I hear people now that are in media that don't know shit about media, which also blows my mind, because that's your fucking job. If all I had to do was podcast for money, I would be more up on shit than I already am, and I'm decently up on shit. It only takes, a few minutes to be informed about the comings and goings of the Hollywood. Not so into the music, but even then I kind of know a few things. I'm not oblivious to the world of music or literature or whatever, I'm all about the media, always have been. But people that work in the media not knowing shit about the media blows my mind. Like The Life of Pi. What is that about? It looks trippy and weird, and it's multicolored. And yay, Ang Lee won a director award. Again? I don't know if he won for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think he did, though. But I'd like to see Life of Pi. But people that don't know what it's about, I thought this book was huge. It was huge 8 years ago. It's all I fucking heard about from the kids. Like me. Is it really not a huge book? I would think it was, considering it was optioned by a goddamn studio to be made by the guy that did the blockbuster Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and the fucking sad failure that is Hulk. Don't make Hulk mocap like an angry Chinese man, because then he'll look like an angry Chinese man throwing a tantrum in green with Eric Bana's face. So it's just confusing. Giant dogs! So I don't know how people don't know about The Life of Pi. That blows my fucking mind. Because, the fluorescence and the pretty colors and all that, yeah, it tells a story, but it's in the fucking trailer. Read the book. How do you not already know about this? It blows my mind a little, because it was so in my world when the book came out. My roommate, my buddy, he read the shit out of it. And I heard the Cliff's Notes, and I almost read it, but I'm lazy. But I know what it's about, and I know, it more or less in a very broad way, And I got bullet points when he was reading it about how, oh, dude, fucking tiger in the boat, and it's fucking nuts. Like, Jesus Christ. And the whole name thing, that was fun, too. Not hard to figure out. So I'm just confused as to why anybody would be not hip to this idea based off the book. It should be in the blurb for the description of the movie. I think it's in the thing where they're like, here are 3 more fucking nominees for Best Picture. Which is also a bizarre, twist thing, because now we have like 9 to 12 fucking nominees for Best Picture these days. Back in my day, it used to be like 4. So, there's a lot smaller field of play there. But it's cool that Argo won. It's cool for Ang Lee, I guess. I mean, the movie looks good. Like, I'm down for a rental. They sold me at the awards. Not because Ang Lee won, just because it was like, yeah, I meant to see that. Didn't feel like paying the exorbitant price for it. I had Batman tickets to pay for that I regret. Nah, well, regret's a strong word. I had a good time with the people I saw it with, but it was not shot. It was not in true IMAX, and it was a whole big thing. The best part of that was the theater I went to that had the IMAX 3D and shit had frozen Jack and Coke, which my wife got fucking shit hammered on, which was hilarious. But they had a full restaurant and everything. It wasn't like a movie tavern though. It was a regular theater that had IMAX and food and booze. What? Perfect place. Gotta go back there. Gotta go back there for some Star Trek. Or some Superman. Superman! Man of Steel. Yeah, my bad. But yeah. This is the culture. And, the fact that no one gets Seth MacFarlane now, even though he was the golden boy for... Or is it just that it's so nasty and we thought he'd play ball a little more? I don't know. Family Guy used to be pretty whatever. Look, Seth MacFarlane... Like they said on The Roast, he's Hannah with no Barbera to keep his ass in check. So the self-indulgence with the musical numbers is, annoys the fuck out of me, but... Finicky, and fickle are the whims of the populace in this country. We like so much shit, but we hate it when that shit starts to stink. I don't know. And that shit mingles with other shit, and then we get all boo-boo-boo. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. Well, the shitty people do. Not me. I'm awesome. To show you what time it is and what day it is and all that, I'm on my way to actively try and squeak in the main event of Raw tonight because it's CM Punk versus John Cena. Always a good thing because we got to get back to wrestling. Jeremy's still doing well. He lost 45 pounds, by the way. So, boom, there's your porno reference. Wrestling. John Cena, CM Punk. Who's going to make it to WrestleMania? Yeah, probably John Cena. But from the talk that I'm hearing that Punk is doing, where he basically did an Alec Baldwin and ended up a nice hot promo where he calls him, I am God. Because he's the best in the world, and he's done all these great things for the WWE, and he has. Objectively, hey, I'm a mark for Punk. Every ounce I would regurgitate word for word, if I knew it. By heart. Get it tattooed on my butt. But he said, I am God. Did this whole great thing about how awesome he is, and what he's done to change the WWE, which is sort of true. So, yeah, it looks like, considering past events over the weekend, that I might get to see The Undertaker interrupt those aspirations and be like, hey, come on, boy, we're going to do the streak. Which is sweet, because it better stop at 20. CM Punk over Taker at the Mania. I'll allow it. I believe in the streak. But the streak must die. It's over now. It died last year. If they're going to insist on having another match, I'm going to have to insist that it fucking ends. Besides, he's starting to look like a fucking Flintstones extra with his little... He's round in that... He's starting to get chubby in that fucking unitard he has, and showing his nipples and shit. Taker with his Al Fundertaker. Al Bundertaker, there you go. Where he had the mohawk, he looks like Ed O'Neill. Sorry, he does. Which is hilarious, but... Looks like it's time for the dead man to go to sleep. And that'll wrap this up for Night Drive on a Monday. I am Billy at _Swan_man on Twitter. Repping for the Army of Snarkness. Follow Army of Snarkness on Twitter at Army of Snarkness. You heard all that stuff. Download us on Spreaker, of course. Spreaker.com. iTunes. Downloads. Keep us in your pocket. And Stitcher Radio. And, I don't know. That's about it. So, Peace! Oh, fuck, no.